Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome in particular to members of the Bedford Fire Department. We're here today to sing praise, to praise three firefighters who went above and beyond the call of duty, and to describe what happened just 3 weeks ago now, right? Just November 23rd. Right before Thanksgiving on Campbell Street. I'll ask Chief Gomes to come on up and set the scene, and then we'll recognize each of those firefighters for a great job and for literally saving lives in our city. Chief.
Yes, good afternoon. As the mayor said just before Thanksgiving on the 23rd of November, at about 18:23 in the evening, or just before 6:30, we had a report of a structure fire at 123 Campbell Street. We had a very effective response to that fire. We were on scene in just over 4 minutes from the time that we actually received the call. We were on scene and went right into action. During that, the attack on this fire, Ladder 1, which was the first ladder company due into the location, took their position in the front of the building as they always do, and while setting up the ladder, a occupant came to a third floor window, pushed out the screen, and was enveloped in smoke at the third floor. The crew of Ladder 1 immediately sprung into action, didn't ask for direction, didn't hesitate for a moment, deployed the aerial extremely quickly. The members of the ladder crew that from Ladder 1 were William Sullivan and Thomas Ferguson. They rapidly deployed the ladder. Firefighter James Texera, who was on Ladder 4, which was in what we call our FAST team, they are there to assist and stand by in case anyone's in trouble, leaped into action also. They climbed up the ladder and coaxed the occupant from the third floor from the building. There was a language issue. She didn't understand English that effectively, and so they had to use a significant amount of sign language and verbal motion and motions in order to get her out onto the ladder. She was somewhat reluctant to do so. So she was successfully saved under those circumstances. One of the things that's most interesting about the fire service is that rescues do occur occasionally, that we are able to recognize people that climb up a ladder and do a rescue over a ladder or something of that nature. But at the same time that event is going on, there's a whole team of firefighters who are inside that building, in peril, attacking the fire. They are basically inches and feet away from what everyone else is running from, and because if we put the fire out, a problem goes away. In order to do an effective rescue, you need a coordinated fire operation. And that's exactly what happened on this circumstance. We arrived on scene very rapidly. The crews took the steps necessary to deal with it. And in just over 16 minutes from the time we received the call, there was a radio call that said the main body of fire has been knocked down. We're checking for extension. This was after we had 2 reported people in the building as missing, an occupant on the 2nd floor and an occupant on the 3rd floor. So again, it was a very effective response. What makes an effective fire department is not the fire stations, having fancy shiny fire stations or fancy shiny fire trucks. Those are tools. What makes an effective fire department are firefighters, the men and women of this department that serve this city every single day. Thank you very much.
All right. And safe to say, I mean, the punchline of the story is it could have gone either way. Absolutely. Right? It could have gone either way, and we're lucky in this city to have a highly trained and effective fire department, and they were on full display that night, and on full display yesterday on Hill Street as well. And that was a major fire yesterday, 2-alarm fire, and there could have been fatalities there yesterday, and there weren't, thank God. But we appreciate what our fire department does day in and day out, and although we recognize 3 individuals today as they should be recognized for exemplary service, we appreciate what our fire department does day in and day out for our city. So with that, Chief, and I'll call up City Councilor Jim Oliveira, who represents the City Council in its presentation today, but I wanted to call up each of the firefighters to receive the official resolution of the city, and I'll read it. They each say the same thing, so I'll read it once. But it says here, the City of New Bedford, Massachusetts hereby offers its sincerest congratulations to, in this case, New Bedford firefighter William Sullivan, in recognition of your demonstrated professionalism and decisive action which resulted in the life-saving rescue of a young woman trapped on the third floor of a burning building on November 23rd, 2013. So I'll ask William Sullivan, Thomas Ferguson, and James Texera to come up and receive each of their resolutions. Gentlemen, congratulations.
You want to get some photos? Or?
Let's get some photos. Let me call Jim Oliveira up for a few words on behalf of the City Council.
Absolutely. Thank you for allowing me to speak, Mayor Mitchell. As Vice Chairman of the Public Safety Committee, the work that's done by all of our folks, fire, EMS, police department, is extremely valuable to each and every resident of the City of New Bedford. I value the work you folks do because I thought about being a firefighter some 40 years ago, and when I started taking a look at the work that you folks do, I said, you know what, I think I'll join the Navy instead. So very clearly, what you folks do is important. As Chief Gomes noted, sometimes it's not the equipment, it's more the man or the woman in that manner, and we deeply appreciate the work you do. Public Safety Committee supports very strongly each and every one of you. I'd like to also to present a similar resolution that the mayor presented to firefighters Sullivan, Texera, and Ferguson, and this is offered on behalf of the City Council. The Council President has signed this. Councilor Steve Martins was the man behind these resolutions, and of course every council person is also supportive of these firefighters and the great work that they did. So thank you once again.
All right, thank you. And before we take a couple of photos, I'd like you to join us in a round of applause for their hard work and dedication.
Mark! Anna! Ooh! Hey! Hey! We got your lunch. Hey! Hey!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Because kids in foster care don't need perfection. They need you.